changes. I feel like most other animals are pretty sense-making. Sorry, just getting flashed by my fans again. Not sure if this is audible or recording yet.
No, not really sure. That's okay. Yes, it is recording.
Welcome.
Hi, great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey guys, welcome to the Touchgrass podcast. I'm James.
I'm Eric.
And this is...
Clodagh!
Woo.
And the Monologue. But, I've been told to drop that name, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Is that the possum's name, the Monologue?
No, I mean, it could be. I have used it as a rotating name for various band members.
Really?
But, yeah, it hasn't stuck so far. I don't know.
Who told you to change it?
Producer I had a couple of producers ago. Yeah. And another producer, in fact. But I've got a few bands who, in live recordings, joke openly about the various people who told them to change their names, and I'm like, all right. So the key to success is not listening to the people who tell you to change the name. Yeah.
Did they say why you should change it?
I mean, I suppose I initially went with the Monologue to give someone something to spell other than Clodagh, which is a fucked thing to spell. Sorry, can I swear in this?
Yeah.
you
Fabulous, because I will.
And
then I realised
box.
that, monologue is a pretty crappy word to try and spell anyway, so I'm really not doing anyone any favours. Monologue you.
Can't spell my name. Good luck with the rest of the band.
Right? I just need to cut it off and try and phonetically spell Clodagh, which it's not how it looks with a glorious Clodagh.
How would you do that? Clodagh, like...
Duh.
Yeah, like D-U-H?
I kind of just want to put my general explanation after it every time. Clodagh, like Clover, but with a D. Please, no one think of Yoda.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Get the Irish theme going, yeah.
K-L-O-D-U-H.
Oh, God. See, that's just not an attractive name, is it? Nah. It's not an attractive name anyway, in my opinion, but that's just cruel.
Have you workshopped other names? Did they suggest something else, or just drop it completely?
Clodagh, but phonetic. So just like drop the GH, which, I feel like if you can pronounce Bjork, then I just need to bring some fame to the bullshit name Clodagh.
I think CLODA looks a little too...
There's something a bit wrong.
SoundCloud rappery.
Is it your birth
It changes
name?
the genre.
Clodagh. It is.
Okay, well then, you're good.
I've had people ask me for my real name when sending invoices, though, instead of my stage name, which was just Clodagh.
That's rude.
I thought it was funny and enjoyed telling my parents, who I blame for this mess. I was like, guys, look what you did.
Yep. You made it hard for me.
It's all right.
You completely illegitimized
Is it
me.
like not a family name, but does it come from some cultural background, or is it just how they decided to spell the name?
No, it's the real spelling of a real name. So there's that much at least.
Yes.
And I do have a lot of Celtic genealogy.
Yes.
I think I'm Irish 3 generations back, just enough to miss out on that beautiful, beautiful passport and citizenship. But not enough to stamp the Celtic out of the girl.
Yes.
So
that's
it's like
understandable.
Kiva.
Yeah, coify.
When we did Xandri's session and her housemate guitarist, it's spelled C-A-O-I-M-H-E, and it's pronounced Kiev or Kiva.
It was like Saoirse Ronan. How do you spell that name?
Saoirse.
Yeah.
It's ironic because I actually love them all now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder whether it's the name that sort of gave me the destiny, or whether the name just suits who I was always going to be.
True.
Causation or not, because I've always had a huge thing for Irish stuff, I suppose. I got really into the music and the dancing when I was young, and instantly flowed into my music when I picked up music. And I really need to get over there.
Yeah.
You've never been?
I've never been. I was supposed to go this year, but my partner went and had a heart attack. So that kind of, it did suck. That'll do it. That derailed the year, but he's okay now. It's in fact kind of horrible thing to think, but almost better for it. Done a lot of processing and gone back to roots of what, mortality check
Yeah.
makes you go, oh, okay, well,
It can end.
if every day is, treat every day as if it were your last.
It sounds corny,
It
but
sounds
yeah.
corny, but
No,
honestly,
100%, yeah.
is stop stressing over the little stuff.
Mm.
And as long as you can pay the rent and enjoy patting your cat and spending quality time, like, you're rich. Rich as anything.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you did 3 songs.
I did 3 songs.
Usually we like to run through them. What was your first song?
A great memory for lyrics, but a terrible memory for what
For
happened
names.
5 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Right, okay. I had Redacted first. Oh, Fight Like a Girl, my feminist anthem. That's right.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We've all got one of
Oh,
those.
I hope we do. We need it.
Mine's... No, let's not go there. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll go there.
Let's.
No. I thought about editing this later and I'm like, I don't want to have to cut that out. Let's just move on. Okay, so obviously a feminist anthem, pretty self-descriptive. Tell us a little bit about it. Like, what caused you to write it? What's...
I started writing it after a second murder of a girl very close in age to me, and that happened on a walking track I used to ride to and from every morning and night, the exact same one. She was my age, she was my description, and not that these things hadn't hit close before. Since Eurydice C. Dixon, I was just... I don't know, you feel it. You really feel it. And just looking back on the way I used to go along with everything, and I used to be so complacent, and even having to teach my partner what Not All Men was actually about, and realizing how much harder we have to struggle just to be heard on this basic level and just to be able to walk around at night. My own mother saying, well, don't go for walks at night. Obviously, stay safe. I'm like, fuck that. Fuck all of that. And just wanting to create something that people can really respond to. Oh, also getting punched at my first gig by
oh, wow. Okay.
by a guy.
That's a story.
Why?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, it's a bit of a... it's a rock star moment, so it was awful at the time, but I walk away going, hey, I got a story now.
Yeah.
But this old... It would have been about 60, 65... huge white guy, just giving wannabe biker energy, came to the first Clodagh and the Monologue gig. Sorry, I'm just looking over there. My cat's choking on a feather. Not choking, just trying to get it out of his mouth with a cat tongue.
Oh my god.
Ludo cameo. Dude, spit it out. Okay, sorry. Sorry, we'll have to edit now. Okay. At a gig, and the entire time I'm on stage, I see this guy just sort of cornering 2 of my close girlfriends and just hassling them. And on stage, I can't do anything. But I went straight up to them afterwards, and I was like, are you guys okay? Like, he looked like he was giving you a rough time. One of my friends was kind of like, oh, whatever. And the other one was really grossed out by him, and had been trying to use escape tactics that whole night.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and he came up to corner me and her, and I could see that look in his eye coming up, and I jumped in immediately before he could speak and said, hey, mate, I've heard the kind of, sexual stuff you've been putting out, and very homophobic stuff as well. Like, a friend said she was into girls, and this guy was like, great, that's really hot, I like to watch. It's like, absolutely not. And I said, thanks for coming to the gig, but really inappropriate, not okay, not acceptable at all. And just, he said, oh, it's just a joke. And I'm like, oh yeah, not funny. And he just didn't know what to say. And he spat out as if he was really, really angry. He said, well, I really liked your guitar playing.
Okay.
I said, thank you, it's really nice. Appreciate that. And yeah, I was having a bit of a snog out the front. The chance with a one of these same women who he had been unsuccessful with. 'Cause God, man, like 40-year age gap at least as well.
Yeah.
Like, nah. And next thing I know, my head's getting bashed back into the wall and this guy's just taken a massive swing at me.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Apparently he's been going around telling everyone what an absolute bitch the lead singer is.
What a
And
wanker.
it just, and he just frequents a lot of bars down there. My bassist at the time was still mates with him after that.
Oh my God.
And it's just, you go, nah,
Yeah.
this, write a song. That's what I do. I
Yeah.
have very little power in this world in terms of status or finance or anything. But what I have got, my strength, I think, is writing songs that get to people. And
Yeah.
so hopefully trying to put that out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No,
Clodagh
there's
on the Monologue.
too many stories like that, you know.
It's
so
too many.
yeah, not
It's too
enough
many.
songs.
Yeah, well,
Not enough songs.
try and get that one recorded and hopefully out sometime mid next year.
So that sort of leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
What's your focus with music? Obviously, it's a cathartic process, which is something we just talked about, like a way of processing and empowering yourself. But what does music mean to you as far as like what's next in your journey? Actually, let's just start with where did you start playing music?
I got given a guitar Christmas when I was 12 and just sort of never really looked back.
Yeah, okay. Why did they give you a guitar?
I'd gone through the wanting to be a surfer phase and I decided I was definitely going to be a musician.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was kind of it.
And that
It
one
just-
stuck.
That one stuck. I didn't grow out of that one. I'm trying to grow out of it now, honestly.
Fair enough.
It's I don't know if we can really call it much of an industry at this level. It's just going around trying desperately not to get too taken advantage of and try and jump into that. Or
Yep.
punched, absolutely. And try and get heard. But these days, it feels like you have to be an influencer just to be an artist. And those two things don't really, it's not the same job. And I'm wondering whether it's
like if
what's worth it anymore.
first thing
It's
came to
not about
mind
the
was like
music.
Van Gogh would not be an influencer, but his art is so
Yeah.
powerful, but he wouldn't even post it. I'm like, yeah, that's true
Yeah.
in my mind anyway.
So I don't think I'm ever going to be able to quit music, like you quit smoking or something. Like this is such a part of me. It's my way of communicating and connecting with people on the deepest level. But I don't know if it's going to be able to be the main priority in the future, which is honestly, it's, this year's been sort of coming to terms with a grief
Yeah.
of that. It feels like, a death, having to call it on that dream.
What's led you to that sort of direction? Sorry to bring up hard things, but I'm interested in what your experiences are that have...
All about it. I think me personally, like many artists, a huge struggle with mental health.
Yeah, okay.
Huge struggle. And, if I haven't been able to sort that out, it's a matter of confidence and actually getting on stage. I think it's not the hard and fast rule, but I also think music is so hugely a boys' club. Even I went to music university, and even there we had our lecturers who, we called them Caleb's boys of songwriters who are great. And I remember lusting after that and wanting to be included and just being on the outside to all of these things all the time. These bands that you guys can all start in high school, they just aren't a thing. I'm seeing on Marketplace, children's drum kits advertised as boys' drums.
Yeah, okay.
And
That's weird.
it's so subtle, and it's so
It
so...
is
Do
a
you think
bit
it's even
ingrained.
conscious?
It's not conscious at all. I don't
Yeah.
think most of the...
It's just ingrained.
It's just ingrained. It's so ingrained. And I think I didn't realise any of this stuff before moving to Melbourne and becoming like next level left wing. I was just normal lefty before, and now I'm like, totally one of those scary raging feminists, and proud of it. And I'm excited about all these girl bands I'm seeing come back up, especially locally. Like they're amazing, but I just feel a bit burnt out by all of it, all of the trying, and especially leading a band as a woman as well.
Yeah, it's like you have to try it twice as hard.
It's being bossy without being the boss thing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, being assertive is seen as just, you're being a bossy. Like, yeah.
and the thing is, it's not conscious.
Yeah.
It's not conscious. Like, guys in my band are absolutely wonderful, wonderful, brilliant, open-minded humans.
Yeah.
But even then, it's almost a more subconscious thing where I'm like, I can't be assertive, or I feel like a bitch. I can't demand these things, or I feel like I'm pushing too hard and everyone will leave. I'm pushing people away, and it's exhausting. It's really exhausting. I just want to play some songs.
Yeah.
And
Legit.
I just want to be on stage and sing to people and have that communication and give people the kind of music that's helped me to grow and feel, and like that's the aim of the game. I just think there's so many hurdles to get past. And especially this year with that heart attack as well, and the putting things in perspective, I'm like, if this thing that's brought me so much joy and so much happiness, initially the music itself, that's huge. But if trying to make that a career is bringing so much unhappiness, is that worth it in the long term?
Yeah, okay.
Can the two can coexist, really? Or at least for me, singularly.
Yeah.
Remember we did a gig earlier this year where we got paid -$6.
Yeah.
Like that was this is what we're going into right now. The music was fantastic. That was a great gig.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough people there.
But there were some anyway. The fact that the sound is getting paid, which absolutely fine, love that. Good he should be. It was fantastic. But the buck is coming out of our wages because we don't demand a wage, because we're doing something out of love. We're not expecting payment. And so many of us rail against the idea of a union because it's just about love and it's about the passion for the art. And it's like, well,
if everyone doesn't share that sentiment,
it's the same as any union at the start.
It's too easy to take advantage.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Anyway, sorry.
No.
This is the other reason for Clodagh and the monologue. Once you get me going,
Monologue.
I'm a passionate little
No, that's great.
monologuer.
That's
you
great.
mentioned
You got me monologuing.
like, I don't remember specifically what you said, but I had a similar feeling to what you were describing. Like, you've gotten to a point with music where it's become more of a chore than anything. I'm sort of paraphrasing.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's the cons are outweighing the pros.
Yeah. Like maybe, I don't know, coming at it at a different angle. Because you still clearly love to create and perform. It's just getting the opportunities to do that. Like,
well, and I'd love to be able to produce my own stuff. I think I write so much, and it's almost like an ache not getting these songs out there. I don't need a huge audience in front of me, but to just be able to send these little works off into the ether where people can pick them up and find them if they want to, you know. But unfortunately, I'm one of those people that has a huge tech curse.
yeah.
It's where science will discover in years what the hell it is that just, you know, makes things go awry. But right now it is so much more effort than it should be just to do basic programming or producing.
So you said you've worked with a few people. What's that sort of experience been like?
I didn't even mean for this whole podcast to be a very feminist rant, but honestly,
That's all
I
right.
worked with 3 men, I think. And each time, I'm not the one doing the monologuing, which is fine. I love a good conversation, a good chat, but so much of the work itself was bragging, just sitting there, not actually. I'm like, that's fantastic, and I'm sitting there as this captive audience, being like, I'm paying you by the hour. Can we just do the things, please?
And then if you say something, you're a bitch.
Absolutely. So you
that's just
smile and
poor
nod. It's
on their part. That's not their job.
and it was amazing because I found my my current producer and friend now. Emery is her musician name, and she's absolutely fantastic, obscenely talented woman, and like everyone in this industry has not only kept up but smashed through a lot of patriarchal circles to get where she is, and it's because she works so hard. She we had plenty of good chats and stuff, but it was never saying, oh, I've worked with yada yada and I've done this for yada yada and this is why you should do this. And I'm like, cool, next. It's laughing about shared experiences in the music industry, and meanwhile we're getting 10 times the amount of work actually done per session brainstorming. It's a fun creative flow, and I'm so excited that she and other people like her are rising to give that
That's great.
just alternative experience, I suppose. I don't think that guys would generally get as much of that sort of bragging thing. I don't know. You guys produce your own stuff or work with producers?
I've done both. I don't think I got so much bragging, but I got a lot of because I came into both of my experiences with producers knowing more than I think they expected me to. So because I had the ability to produce my own stuff, but I wanted
so you can hold them to a bit of a standard as well.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I'd like to try this way, and they're like, that's not how I do it. But then they're, particularly with my last one, he was like, well, my job is to work out what you want and do that.
Yeah.
But that's not actually what happened. It was like, he did say, he said to me, you know nothing about making records, to my face. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
And then still wanted to work with me after that. So it was interesting. It was
That's
interesting.
So funny. I in university, I was told by some fantastic producers who worked there teaching us, those arts, that so much of a producer's job is, half therapist.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I so strongly believe that if you have not got the personality skills to help someone get the ultimate performance, and that includes building up their fucking ego, then you're kind of in the wrong field. I think we do need to step back almost to that engineering and production as different entities, because pushing buttons and getting technical quality is not the same as working with someone, working with an artist and an individual to create something. And I think that's where production should be.
Yeah, it just sounds like a massive ego thing.
Oh, God, the egos in music are just...
Oh, it's crazy.
And it makes sense. I mean, we're all...
Yeah, to a degree, everyone needs to be...
We're all warring on the verge of complete loss of self-esteem versus...
Well, that's sort of the problem,
ego.
right? Because it seems like I've got too big an ego, but it's actually the opposite. Not saying that anybody's got that problem here, or that's not what I mean, but if you're secure in yourself, you're like, okay, well, you can think that if you want, but I think this is the correct way. But actually pushing you to be like, no, you're wrong. No, like
you
being
don't need
defensive.
to put someone down if you feel secure and confident in your opinion. Yeah,
I think I'm trying to think of his name. Who's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers producer? Rick Rubin. He says the core skill for a producer is communication. If you can't communicate, then you shouldn't be doing that job.
Absolutely.
And I've listened to a lot of his stuff, and he's like one of the greatest producers ever.
I love how he was on someone's podcast, just like they were asking him, do you play an instrument, this, that?
And he's like, no,
I don't. I just know what I like.
He
Fuck
does.
Yeah, dude.
He does play guitar a bit.
But that's so baller.
But that's his thing. He's like, I can't play this. I just know what I like.
And what I like sells. It's so fucking cool.
Well, no, but that's the thing. He's like, don't make music. Like the guy who talked to you today, don't make music for other people. Don't be like, this will sell. This is good.
Yeah.
Make it for you. The audience comes last is like one of his biggest quotes. He's like, if you like what you do, then other people will like it too.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I have a bit of a slight bone to pick with that.
Okay.
I think there's, OnlyFans, there's something for everyone. Music, there's something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely think that if your aim is to get a following and an audience. I think there are absolutely things to do and things not to do musically.
Chapel Roan and even Lewis Capaldi and all those big pop stars.
I think just things like having a hook, having a catchy beat. I'm not saying these things are essential.
No, I understand what you mean.
I myself have been such an obscure, my songs in the past have been 12-minute crazy prog.
No, I understand
I
what
love
you're
it.
saying.
I love that music. I think that's my cool stuff. But
I think there'll be, you're right. If you want
to what you want out of music.
Yeah.
If communication and connection, you're not going to connect to people with 12
Or
minute
you're not
long
going to connect
prog
to as
folk.
many people.
That's true. That's
as
very
many
true.
people. I think that's the thing. Particularly in Western society, there's norms. Western music, sorry, not society, but like we have structure, A, B, C.
Yeah.
Verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. But like if you were in Eastern music, they don't. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Like they don't repeat sections.
I love it.
So like it just depends. But there probably is some norms that it becomes.
If you want to be a big artist, then
or even just make a living from music. There's a certain thing you do have to sort of hit to.
Because you mentioned did you say Eastern is like ABCD?
Mm-hmm.
There's a band called Typhoon that I
heard of
love. Someone compared me to them once and I lost my shit. But anyway, they have a song Artificial Light specifically. I think it's the album opener. And it's like that. It's ABC. It doesn't repeat sections. And that's my favourite kind of song to write, to be honest. Because I get bored listening to verse, chorus. When I write it, I mean.
Yeah.
So, like, I try to write verse, chorus, different. Like,
I know.
This is what I call, there's, it sounds, very, I suppose, almost elitist, but I don't mean it that way at all. I absolutely think there's music for musicians and music for most people. I think we're musicians because we are like so into this stuff that we do need more and more complexity. And I think most people,
I think there's a sweet
every
spot.
day. Yeah, I agree. That's
I think
my
of
goal.
some of the greatest, my favourites, or just the greatest that I can think of. Like one that came to mind is Led Zeppelin. Right, some of their stuff is super complicated, but they were the biggest band on the planet for a long time. Like even the Beatles. Holy crap, their stuff is complex as hell sometimes, but it's pop music still.
But this was before the rise of the internet and phones and
quantization.
and cutting the attention span thing. I don't know if you guys have heard of a book or read it called Stolen Focus.
No, but I understand the
I've
concept.
watched a lot of video essays on TikTok.
Essentially how we all have bloody ADHD, myself included.
Yes.
But I think it's greatly exacerbated by...
Oh, yeah, social media,
our world
or
today.
media in general,
Yeah, absolutely. You know, TV ads. This is such a new world that our brains are maladapted to deal with it. And I think that absolutely applies with the music scene. I think music is sadly at the very, very, top 20 pop level getting largely dumber and dumber. It's shorter.
There's so many YouTube videos on that too.
Yeah.
It's like, why does music all sound the same? It does.
But I mean, I think you're absolutely right on finding your own audience and starting from there. I personally believe in the happy medium. I don't want to compromise the integrity of the song, but do I want to make it a bit more accessible?
Yes.
Than, 18 different parts and 3 key changes and crazy timing no one can even move to.
But did you do those
easily.
Because you just thought it was interesting? No, I'm not sorry. I don't necessarily. I'm not trying to pick your songwriting apart completely, but like those things we do as musicians sometimes because we're like, oh, I don't want to write with 5 chords. I want to write with 10, or like there isn't 10. But you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's do a key change just cause. But
I've never written like that.
Okay, well,
I
that's
very
cool.
intentionally I know a lot of people will say it's the stupidest thing to do, but everyone has an opinion on this of when you get too fluent on an instrument that when you've learned too much technically that you lose some of the creativity. My favourite way of writing songs when I was younger was to just completely detune my guitar into something random. I still do it sometimes.
Yeah, that's how I find open tunings.
Yeah,
That's
and completely make something up and just trust my ear of where it should go next and just make up chords. So that's I need a band interpreter. I need one musician.
I don't know if I agree with it completely though. I don't know everything, but there was a stage where I thought it peaked creatively for me, and then now I start to understand more. I'm like, I can hear more. Are you? I don't know, more than most people.
More than me,
not more than most. That's not the right. But yeah, like I understand a bit, but I'm like, okay, what do I want that sound? Now I know how to get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of it just being like a feel, is it that, is it that?
I completely respect and get that. I know there are musicians that can do that, and oh God, more power to you. I'm like one of my favorite musicians, Chris Thiele, certified.
Oh, I love Chris Thiele.
Yeah, certified genius.
Mandolin player.
He clearly is.
Yeah, he's insane.
Beyond
probably the best
proficient in terms
player.
of technicality and the mathematics of music. And
but his feel is also incredible.
His feel is huge. He's absolutely surpassed the point of sitting to that mid-range and just like going, oh yeah, okay, I'll just write whatever I feel.
Yeah.
And
Punch Brothers is just
one of my favourite bands of all time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not at that level.
No, well, most people, I would not even claim to be close to that.
Oh my God, not that, but technically proficient enough to maintain the open-mindedness that creativity requires. I know I've lost a lot of magic in just learning songs I know.
Really?
Gone, oh, that's that easy to play. Oh, it's kind of boring now. I can hear that it's boring. Oh, crap. I hate that.
Interesting.
It ruins some of the magic. It's like seeing what's behind them, the magic trick.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
But that's just me.
I've always been the one that is like, I know how they did that. Like,
yeah, so there's two sides. I said everyone has an opinion, and I
think that's like because I love production as well. So all of those other little things that you do to make it more interesting.
Loving production.
Yeah, so
too.
Even if it's a simple song, like I love Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson's songs are simple as hell. But,
wow.
But the way he makes you feel is perfect. What he wanted to achieve with his music is exactly what he achieved.
Yeah. He has nailed his own genre.
Yes, no, exactly.
He's the king
That's
of it.
exactly the point. Yeah, so it's just like being able to do that is also a skill, even if it's simple.
Absolutely. Oh, there's I think some of the best songs ever written have the fewest chords.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Some of them,
Wicked Games, 3 chords, the entire thing, and just like absolutely devastating, really.
Yes.
And I think there's heaps that apply to that. But, so I don't know.
It's interesting.
There's lots of exceptions to every rule, but I suppose myself, I hunt for the middle ground in music where it keeps its complexity. I want music for artists and for everyone.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
it's a tricky line to walk, but it's a fun line to try and balance up.
For sure. I find it very interesting myself too.
Especially on the production side, putting little glimmers in there, just the right spot that's going to hook listeners in that wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, there's so many skills to learn.
Yeah,
it's interesting. All right, so what was your second song?
Redacted. Yay! I remembered. I'm very proud of myself. Right, you're going to tell us a little bit about that, aren't you?
You don't have to.
No, it's redacted.
It's redacted. You know nothing.
That's it.
You just have to listen to the lyrics.
It's just like drawn with a black pen.
I actually love that.
I'll make the YouTube description just redacted.
Can you actually?
No. You have to write something and then black it out.
Oh,
they
I
redact.
can strike through in the description on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I'm just being
Maybe
pedantic.
I can.
But you know what I mean? Like in those FBI files.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
all like drawn out.
Can we make redacted? I can make another song out of the song by using redacted poetry. This is kind of meta I love to go to straight away. And I'm like, no, Clodagh, settle down, baby. Settle down, girl. Down, Bessie.
Well, you don't have to tell us about the song if you don't want to.
I'm owning redacting redacted.
Okay.
That's so
information is redacted.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about your writing process then. How do you come up with songs? What comes first? Lyrics? The idea of the song?
Oh, never the idea of the song. Nah.
Okay.
Nah. I wish. That'd be great.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, but yeah.
either lyrics or a melody.
Okay.
It's you know,
And then you
they're
go to the
usually
guitar?
very separate things. Sorry, not the melody, just the actual music itself. But I play on so many different instruments. I pick one that feels like it's going to suit the lyrics, and I mess around and hopefully and usually find something that it gels well with, and then I'll workshop that really. But I think my favourite thing to do is to come up with musical parts I really love and then find writings from when I was 16 from those brilliant little tidbits that I never were able to slide in. I've recently managed to write one whole new song that is complete crossover,
Yeah,
like
awesome.
Yeah.
verse and verse of an ancient thing I never did anything with but I always loved,
Yeah.
and one that was freshly written like a week ago, and I'm like, yes!
Yeah, nice.
Most satisfying moment in the world. Yeah.
Isn't that Ali was telling us from the Zevons, sorry. She was going back and forth from here in home in Manchester, and she's just got journals upon journals from high school.
Yeah.
She'd pour over them, and that's how they wrote one of their songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
absolutely.
on the plane on the way back and just fell out of it.
Yeah.
Fell out of the plane.
Stream of consciousness.
Yeah,
There
the
she
song
goes.
fell out of the plane.
Pew.
No, yeah, I don't have journals. I
Oh,
wish I had
dude.
journals.
Yeah, I don't really either.
I've just got the notes on my phone these days, but I've got
Yeah.
all the paper that I've kept from high school and all these little plastic, like,
Yeah.
you know,
I have
reject shop
drawings
trays.
from my primary school
That's
age,
cool.
but I
I've
don't
got
have.
nothing. Mum just threw everything out, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
was trying to get
I'm
my
an only
reports to
child,
get-
so you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
ADHD assessment.
same.
She was like, nah, don't have it.
I had one little tub of random some things, and most of it's just,
My mum has my baby
gone.
teeth.
oh, you
My
got
mum
to,
It's
had one.
gross.
Yeah.
nah,
it's
I'd love
gross.
that.
No, it's fucking gross.
I'm going to be such a crazy old lady. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like, just teeth for days.
Did you just call my
baby.
mum an old lady by association?
No,
She is, though. It's
she
No.
called her a crazy old lady.
I was just talking about me. You can,
Yes.
and how much I think your mum sounds fantastic with her collection
She's
of baby
like,
teeth.
Spirit animal mum.
gross, man. Gross. Just throw them out. No.
No, make a necklace.
Make a necklace.
They're tiny. You can't make a necklace with
Threaten
that.
your enemies.
Make a ring.
It's just like a
Make a ring?
Put it as like a gemstone on a ring.
Oh,
It's for
okay. Let's just
punching
move
people
on. I
at
really don't
gigs. You
want
just
to
get, like,
deal with
teeth
this
going.
anymore.
A teeth bracelet.
Yeah, but it won't be out of real teeth.
You
will
don't
it?
know
I
that.
much prefer the idea of knuckle dusters with baby teeth. Like, there's
Oh,
something.
fuck,
The fact
yeah.
it's a baby tooth as well. Like, ultimate fuck you.
Oh,
Get bit.
God.
You just get bit.
Okay. I just put in like
Cut.
My
Love
God.
it. Love it.
Oh, God.
Did we talk about the third song?
No, we haven't
this
talked
song.
about the third song yet.
That
I was
one
asking about
actually
your
talk
writing process.
My writing
Okay,
process.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That
we've
makes
kinda
sense. And
done
then you
that.
just fiddle around. Yeah, we concluded with teeth.
That's a weird sentence. To conclude with teeth.
That's a soundbite.
Yep.
Gnashing of teeth.
What's that from?
There's a song in there somewhere.
Bible.
Look, yes, but I don't think that's what she was getting at, was
Is
it?
it not?
Yes, it is from.
Is that not what you
It's not. No, I think
Okay.
there must be more gnashings of teeth somewhere.
Maybe.
There's a lot in the Bible, man.
I've been meaning to read the Bible my whole life just for posterity, and I still haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah,
I got through like half Shakespeare's plays for posterity, and then we've still got to go to the Bible one day.
That's fair. What were you gonna say?
No, oh,
I wasn't
have you
going to
done
say
it?
anything. It's
Oh,
just
you're
a
just thinking
wild
about it.
thought. Like,
I think I've probably read
I
most
suppose,
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reading for posterity.
Yeah.
Can't talk shit about something if you know nothing about it, right?
Right. And I want
Yeah.
to talk so much shit.
Yeah.
Hosier 2.0, let's fucking go.
Is it? Oh yeah, that. Yep.
Too popular for you?
No, I love
No.
Hosier.
Oh, good.
He's
Okay.
probably my favorite pop star.
It's just
Pop,
we were
quote unquote.
I'm so
We were
excited. A
raised
poet's
Christian.
like,
Yeah, we
Oh.
were both raised heavily Christian.
oh, damn.
we're not now.
No.
But yeah, we grew
I
up in
love
not
me.
Catholic
We've
either.
known each other.
Love
This
me
has
a
come up
coming out
many a
story
time.
from
But we've
religion.
known each other since like prep,
Yeah, wow.
and we were both all the way through to end of high school.
Okay,
Well,
so pretty much brothers.
and yeah, Christian. So it was
Christian
interesting. Well,
Which
you look
one
a
of
little
you-
bit like Jesus.
Which one? Doesn't look a thing like Jesus, but he sings in a rock band.
He does a podcast with.
What is happening?
We're parodying you, my friend,
Why?
because you look like Jesus.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
what was the question you were going to ask?
Oh fuck. Oh, who left the? I don't know what it's even called. I need to get more
The
into
sect.
The sect.
The cult. No, I don't
I
know.
mean, some people believed that.
Who left the faith first? There we go.
You probably walked further away
Who
earlier
chucked
than I
in
did.
REM earlier? Losing my religion.
What?
I just had
She's
to,
just asking who.
I went to Box Hill TAFE in year 10.
and you never looked back.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, like I was after Stormco, which is like a mission trip thing that they
Oh
would do.
damn!
within
yeah, okay.
Australia,
We'd
yeah.
go to Swan Hill and run like
Kids
daycare,
clubs.
basically kids clubs for kids. We'd play games and sing songs. Pretty much 9 to 5.
No, in the afternoon it would be like helping people. Like we'd go and cut
we did a
lawns
car
and
wash.
stuff, car washes, that
Raise
sort of
money
thing.
for the
Free.
community.
In bikinis.
Yeah, obviously.
Good.
Yeah, because Christians.
No, Jesus wouldn't like that. But
He's so finicky.
no, after the first one I went on, the last day we were saying goodbye to everyone, and I was like, for some reason, I felt compelled to talk to Tim, our youth pastor at the time,
Oh God.
about
okay.
getting baptized. Something was just compelling me to do that,
God.
and he was like, "Yeah, cool. All right, let's organize it." And then my first baptismal study, it just felt really like this isn't why I want to do this. It was like, this is the creed and the Bible is law and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, but
No.
I felt like I wanted to keep helping people and doing that kind of shit.
Wild.
So
It's
then
almost like you were
he got really serious
Christian.
and like, you got to bloody live by the
Oh,
shit.
Okay.
So I
Calm
was like,
down,
no
Tim.
thanks.
It's
And I
funny
just kept
'cause
dodging his calls. And then,
He's not.
the Holy Ghost.
He's not Christian
possessed
either
you.
now.
yeah, Instagram told me to follow
Ghosting.
him. I haven't.
No,
But
Right,
but
I'll
yeah.
just you'll enjoy this
There's a
when you're
lot
playing
more
it
to
back, guys.
unpack there, but let's just not go there today.
That's a separate podcast. Sounds
that's
about me,
our
bitches.
episode, if that ever happened.
Yeah.
I think it should be. This is a great. I'm interested.
Maybe we should just get Alex on just to like.
I asked him to.
But you said he didn't have enough to talk about, right?
He said that. I
Yeah.
think he'd have heaps to talk about.
Oh, 100%.
People
I
who
think
say
it'll
they
be,
don't have
I want
enough
him
to
be
talk
on.
about are just hiding
We have a
shit.
band,
Get 'em
his brother,
talking.
myself, and him, and
Yeah.
Eric.
Oh,
Yeah.
the brotherhood.
Brown Bear
Yes.
Funk and the Chocolate Hustle.
Is that actually the name?
That's actually
so
the name.
fucking cool.
Yes.
That is a dope name,
Yes,
guys. Well
yes.
done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Thank you. Yeah,
Maybe
that
quote
was,
in the monologue isn't worth it. But I know when there's stuff like that out.
No.
My
yeah.
favorite band name suggestion ever was a reasonably priced kebab. Because if you see that on the lineup outside, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go inside for a reasonably
Yeah.
priced kebab.
That's great.
Yeah, right.
What about like $5 cocktails?
Like, right?
That's good too.
You're going to get people in the fucking door.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
you will.
sneaky.
I'm here to see I want a $5 cocktail. Oh, they're in there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's $15. Wait, what?
It's 3 times 5.
Yeah. There's this thing on Thursday nights in St Kilda, Thursday Night Live. They get
Shameless plug.
a band. Sorry,
Yeah, boy.
No, it's awesome.
It's
Do it.
leading into it. They get like a band or an artist to do a bit, and then they podcast, talk to them after. But it's a comedy night as well. But the first time I went, the band was this chick, Natasha, I think her name was, and they asked the guitarist what his name was, and he was drunk or high or both, just completely not in the room. They're like, "What's your name, bro?"
Always
Hand him
one.
the mic, and he's like, DJ Sportsbet." I'm like, dude, you win. What a fucking name.
That's iconic.
And he was a gun on the guitar too, like played Valerie and all that shit.
Oh, that's cool.
He was trash, but he was nailing it. It was so good.
Classic old rock stars. That's what we don't have anymore. We can't.
There's no bands. Yes.
The influences.
Yeah.
It's taken over.
DJ Sportsbet.
It's DJ Sports
Makes
that
me
would go
want to
off,
ask,
though.
what do you find like your biggest influences are? Not influencers. Influences like you said Hosier. You love the Punch Brothers.
I do. An absolute left field wild card is Joanna Newsom.
Okay.
She was definitely the start of my prog folk era. I think she's
Yeah, I don't think
anti-folk or...
I don't think I'd call that a wild card for you.
Yeah?
I can see you into that.
I suppose just most people like, who the fuck is that? Or, fuck, her voice is the most horrible thing I've heard in my life. That's the usual reaction I
I've
get
heard that,
about
yeah.
Joanna Newsom. And then you every so often meet that one person who's like, oh,
Yeah.
You too.
Those
Yeah.
are
You
your
understand the church of.
people.
But I have to do the old Florence and the Machine as well.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Fiona Apple.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We love a bit of Fiona. Oh, Annie DeFranco as well. She
Okay.
she definitely itched a scratch, especially when I was just learning guitar in high school. Like, oh, it was such a validating moment to find out that. To be fair, I have not verified this fact, so don't come for me, Fiona. Not Fiona, Jesus, Annie DeFranco. But apparently she has like 52 different tunings she uses throughout
Whoa.
a set.
yeah.
It was just something ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
And I'd spent the past year or two trying to
Gotta find them all.
cut down my like 5 tunings into 2, maximum for a live set. And I was like, oh, great.
Yeah, but she
I can just-
probably earns enough to have
she's
a tech, so she only needs 3 guitars, and he
no,
just
exactly.
tunes them for her.
Yeah, but I've got a wife, husband. He's male identifying, but he's just may as well be a
Did you
wife
say
because he's so
wife?
lovely.
I
Wife,
heard
husband.
life husband.
I mean, hopefully,
Yeah.
if I propose to him eventually,
But
which
that's great.
will happen,
Wife
who
husband.
brings us fresh lemonade made from our own lemons
Minty. It's delicious.
It is
and
delicious,
a little
yes.
platter. Like, I feel like he could tune a guitar. That's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, that's
have a
fair.
groupie
Stick a
life.
tuner on it.
Yeah,
Tell him which letters need to show up when you ding
it's
it.
not bad. He loves the music.
Hmm.
He's good. Yeah. Sorry. I'm
No.
very in love and I get talking about him
No,
and then I
it's
don't
sweet.
stop and it's too many years in, but I'm just going to live and die here in this honeymoon phase.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice time.
Best place to be.
Yeah.
What was the third song?
Third song. Ooh. Topical because very romantic, but also very sad. Palindrome. So do we all know what a palindrome is?
Yes.
I do. But for the people listening, why don't you explain it?
A palindrome is a word. Or
That
anything
sounds like
really.
another word.
No, that's
I
a
know.
No, Eric.
red herring.
Wrong.
It is a word that is spelt the same either way. So if you can cut it down the middle, like Hannah or race car, you put a line in, it's the same back the front.
Race car.
And
It's a great
I
one.
liked the idea very much of the soulmate energy that gives if you turn 2 people into a palindrome, very other halfy.
Hmm.
And I wrote this many years ago when I was watching my grandparents, who had been very in love all their life, slowly, inevitably, as we all will and must, die and leave each other. And thinking of my own love at the time and how absolutely cripplingly devastating this story is, because it's going to hit us all, guys. Bleak, but I love the idea that, it might continue like a little abstract. I'm not going to quote Hosier. I'm not going to capturing a moment. And I thought to how we have these nice moments in our youth of lying in the grass and just keeping this image of being warm and in love. And even when one of you slips away, when time passes and seasons change, that when you drift away too, if you focus just hard enough, you might find each other again in whatever weird goop that souls are made out of that we can't see, hear or smell, and find each other and continue being warm. Yeah.
Or you could both make sure you've got unfinished business, so you have to come back next time and find each other.
No, straight up. Absolutely. That's Eric's plan, clearly.
It's not my plan. But if it
He
happens,
said
just
with an
eventuating.
ellipsis.
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. I think I'll be chill. I'm starting to find peace in this life, I think. Yeah.
That's
Which is
fair.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's today. Ask me tomorrow. To be
But
honest.
I
This
remember-
is nice under this oak tree,
Yeah.
It is.
chatting about music with some cool people.
Yeah, you and I spoke just before I turned 30.
Oh shit!
You were like,
How was it on the other side? Yeah.
yeah, don't worry, it gets easier and stuff. And I was like, yeah, cool, all right. And I geared up for it getting easier, and then first couple of weeks were rough.
A feeling 30 and just it being 30, or
No,
do you mean
like,
life in general?
Just life.
Life in general does not get
Yeah.
easier.
No, but
the
like
freak out of
it was almost like I made it harder on purpose, like self-sabotage stuff.
how unlike a
Well,
musician.
yeah.
Did your mum get your birthday right?
Oh, that was funny. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my God! What?
No. What I'm saying is maybe it was 2 weeks out. And so you had unfinished finish until you, because I'm just.
It was the lead up. Okay.
No,
well,
I'm just
we
being
had
dumb.
some like really sad parenting.
No. That was a separate thing, but that was not what I was getting at. What I mean is
Sorry,
specifically
too deep, too
that it's
dark.
like maybe you just
real.
had 2 weeks extra at 29.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. She
It's
made
possible.
the joke at dinner, because it was on the 30th, which is my birthday. It was like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night, and she we were cleaning the dishes or something. She was like, "Happy birthday, even though you haven't technically been born yet. You weren't born till like 2 a.m." And I was like, "Hang on, are you saying I'm born on the 31st?" And she got a little bit coy, but no, I think she was just stoned.
Yeah. Not while she gave birth.
No,
While she
no,
was
yeah.
talking to
I'm
him.
She
just
just
jealous
forgot
of a
what
mum
day
that
it
gets
was.
stoned, or is that just a phrase?
It's not all it cracked
It's
up
not
to
all
be.
Oh,
hitting
okay.
wins.
The other side. Yep.
Yeah.
And then my mother, who has never even had a drop of alcohol on purpose in her life.
Rumballs all the way.
Nice. Oh, bother. Sorry, guys. For all you listeners
right.
at home, I'm currently just feeding this little rescue possum.
We're going to have to take proof for the gram.
Take it from her nice side and not her scungy eye side, which is still under repair.
Take it.
Oh no! Quick, she's gone back in.
Okay, good
We
night.
can get the towel going. Been very sweet. Andrew tried to get a, cute picture of her sitting on his chest. She only climbed onto it to wee.
Oh, no.
Excellent.
Yes,
And
music
possum
things.
urine is awful.
Apparently, but she's been pretty good so
Oh,
far.
I guess when it's this young and they're because they eat eucalyptus and stuff,
Ah.
so it's like
Yeah,
thick
that
and
would be it.
goopy and like.
Oh, God. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's
I'm
awful.
not gonna have
it's
a
like
drink while you're
acidic
making
and
those noises.
gross.
That's not lemonade in
That's
there, Eric.
fucking disgusting. You fuckers.
That's why the mint's in there to disguise.
It's actually eucalyptus
I
leaf.
don't know why I'm laughing. I drank that too.
Love it.
My grandfather used to chew eucalyptus leaves.
Whoa,
Does he
That's
also
weird.
that's
drop there?
poisonous. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
some
know.
koala
He
shit.
was a weirdo. Yeah.
I can.
But he didn't
I mean,
drink. Yeah.
That's-
What an idiot.
That was his vice. That's so good.
No, it wasn't his vice. He was just
Everyone's
like, they're
got
delicious.
their-
And he'd like,
I
pour
just
one
love
shot.
the leaves.
I remember going on walks
He
with
was
him
clearly
and-
just high as fuck and just trying to
Yeah,
like, be like, I'm just a
well,
crazy
he was a
kooky
short
guy.
ass, so maybe. Sorry, he was like a tiny little man. He was like 5'5", I don't know.
Is that a weed related thing? Is that something
No,
the ganja can do?
He was
Like-
stunted by the weed. No,
Don't
he was
take
the
drugs,
furthest.
kids.
Though he did have some weird ass songs he played for me.
Oh,
Anyway.
you have a musical family? Oh, I'm
No,
so
no.
jealous.
He didn't play the music.
Oh.
He just put cassettes in his car and played
Oh.
me songs. Like, yeah.
All right,
No,
all right.
I do not have a musical family. Not very much at all.
Oh, it is.
All right.
This
White
is some
cedar.
kind of fruit.
White
Oh.
cedar tree.
What happens
Yeah.
if I pop it?
You get some sticky stuff on your hands.
Ew, no.
I mean, it's not possum weed, but
It's not possum piss.
Just put it in your cup and drink it.
No,
it's
fucking
nice.
Why?
It's really special that the whole street's lined with white cedar trees. One of the nicest things about my family is my granny planted a little tree for every single member of my family. Very avid
Was it
gardener.
along this road?
This was the very... No, this is
Oh,
in
I
New South
know. I
Wales
believed you
on a
for a second.
farm years and years away. And I didn't realise this was white cedar trees because my tree that I got chosen for, I don't think they're that great. But, it's special because it's my tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little white cedar tree.
Is it still there?
Still there, still going strong.
Fuck yeah.
They're not, they're gone, but the cedar trees...
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I always find it weird that they plant trees like obviously they're beautiful and I do love them, but they're not native, so it's always a weird choice.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite.
You like the
I should, again, I blame it on the Celticism. Yeah, I'm just going to run with that, sure. I can't handle Australian native plants or trees.
The look or the smell.
Just all of the, okay. I don't hate all of them. I respect their necessity to this country. I don't trust plants that don't want to be green or have much water. Like, what the fuck are you? You're not a plant. a whole plant's purpose is to be green and pleasant and
You mean like
need water.
but gum trees are like that?
Nah, they're dry and scratchy. They're
Are we
they're grey.
profiling trees right now?
Yep. That's
How
a bit.
is this not dry and scratchy?
Okay, different type of dry and scratchy. If this was underneath
A satisfying
a gum right now,
type of-
there would be quadruple the ants, fuck ton of spiders,
I see.
peely bark. It would all
Yeah.
be completely,
Okay. I
completely
don't think all palm trees are
Barren
like
and
that, but okay.
Red dirt, I get you.
dirt or just strawy grass. That was all prickly and uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
I don't like hot weather. That might
Yeah.
fall into it too.
Well, that's definitely the
Today was
European
what,
you.
35?
It was gross.
I
Today
didn't
was
look because
great.
I wouldn't have coped. Anything
My
over
car told
24,
me.
and I just want to murder
Mhm.
everyone.
Yes.
Dave Syndrome, Black Books, absolutely. Real thing for sure.
Dylan Moran.
Sexy man.
Hmm?
We used to watch his comedy. I was too young for it, but Mum would put it on at my auntie's house. Anyway,
Cool story.
yeah, thanks, man.
Honestly, I really
I got
respect
heaps
that.
of them. Stay tuned.
Most of them just like that.
Go nowhere. Mean nothing.
So what's next on the cards for you music-wise? Have you just sort of...
Did you hear she's going to quit?
Well, no,
I don't know if
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think you're going to
quit.
quit,
I'm
but I
sorry.
You-
felt like you've conceded for a
I
little
might-
while that you might not be super productive. But then you did say you're working with a female producer and you...
Okay, here's
So what's going on?
my current 5-year plan. No, it's a plan though. It's a very gentle, very panicked, oh my God, what am I doing plan.
Mhm.
But theoretically, when I have to nail it down, I'm like, okay. So this year I kind of gave myself / my psych and my partner advised me to give myself 1 year to drop down to minimum hours at work and just go for broke working on music.
Mhm.
So I gigged for the first half. That sucked. Arranging gigs is terrible. So much more effort than it's worth to put on the gig, and you get so little recompense on just a lot of them.
Mhm.
Because if you're busy organising the gig, then you're less busy getting people to come to the gig,
Mm.
I found, which does not mean money or income. Then Andrew had a heart attack.
Mhm.
So we kind of just quit everything for a really long while there, and that was nice.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Wrote some songs, liked them.
Mm.
Right now I'm like on this precipice wondering how long to give it. You know, how long do you keep beating the heart of something that's not coming back to life?
Yeah.
And I think the answer is still about March next year, because Andrew has
Okay.
also said, no, it can't be the end of the year because I had a heart attack. You couldn't work on it for a while. I'm like, okay, all right. So at least till then. And I think the piece I've come to as well is that I am a musician. I am a songwriter. That's not going to change. And I'm just going to do the parts of that I want to do, which will be for myself. Getting them recorded. I've had recordings that have been sitting on ice for so long and just waiting for the final finishing touches, and I'm honestly really excited about them. And you know, with all the humility in the world, I think they're finally what I've been trying to release.
Mm.
And if I get them out, I'm like, shit, something might happen. If something happens, great.
Well,
I'll
if
keep
you're proud
going.
of it, and what does it matter?
Exactly. But if nothing happens and they just settle into the dust and a few people love them, and that's great. And I'm going to keep on playing, keep on writing, keep on releasing, try and get past the tech curse and into production so I can do that without beggaring myself with the 20 grand this fucking EP has cost. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money, guys. House deposit, what? But then potentially becoming a carpenter and a counsellor
Hell yeah.
and a musician, because why the fuck not?
Make your own guitars out of carpentry. Different.
Help all the angry men work through their issues by
God.
doing woodwork with
If they
them.
want
Yeah.
to, sure. Yeah.
So, okay, we're doing woodwork, so they don't have to talk, they don't have to make eye contact.
Yeah.
But if they
okay.
want to, they probably will. You just ask, you know, how's the wife? How's the, you know, what's going on with you, Brett?
Oh,
Like-
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a very loose plan, but it's a plan with
No, it's cool.
hope and music. And fuck, I can't really ask for more than that, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Why not end on a positive note?
Yeah.
I really try to. Unless I'm trying to devastate audiences. Sometimes I do that
Let's go back
too.
to talking about teeth.
teeth.
Teeth rings.
Teeth rings and
All right,
parental
thanks for
issues.
listening, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Check out Clodagh's session on the tubes.
Thanks for listening to my
If you
monologue.
haven't already, yes.
Sorry, not sorry.
Follow her on all the socials. They're linked somewhere.
I will put things up on them. I'm sure I will. I might.
And go to gigs.
Yes, please support your local artists. Holy crap, we're dying out there. Kind of literally, but mostly figuratively. It's worth it. You like music. We need to make more of it.
Yes, please.
Bye.